The video for May 18th, 2017 is entitled, What You Love to Do. What You Love to Do was the name of a business and meeting location in Cocoa that I used to attend regularly for meetings. It's now under new ownership. They still have regular meetings, including the Center for Spiritual Living, Space Coast. I went there Monday to see my friend, Reverend Sigi Casey, who leads a Monday group, except not this week. I did connect with some old friends, though, who were finishing up another meeting, so it ended up not being a wasted trip. With summer vacation starting next week for my grandkids, I hope to start connecting with more old friends. Unless the currency revaluation actually happens, I want to be able to occupy my time productively. We'll see how things unfold. Indeed, there's still reports of the currency revaluation being imminent, but of course I've been hearing that for a long time, and it hasn't happened. And will it happen before they take out the cabal? I don't know. I would be on the side of doubting it. You say that's not faith. Well, I've seen promise after promise after promise not come to pass, and I've seen delay after delay come to pass. So the delay is what actually happens. The promises are not what actually happens. So I am looking to fill my time with something productive and connecting with old friends and starting to attend some of the groups in the greater area. I very rarely leave Melbourne and Palm Bay. So traveling a half an hour to Cocoa is a little bit more of a trip, or Cocoa Beach, or even Northern Mara Island. The only time that I leave my general area is when I go to hear my son's band play, when they're playing, for example, in Vero Beach. So what you love to do is I don't want to have to sit in my apartment all the time twiddling my thumbs, and I don't like to spend a lot of time on the internet like I used to do. I used to connect with people all over the world. I still connect with some, but it's certainly not at the level that it used to be. And so I do need to figure out what I'm going to do especially over the summer. I don't know what the school year is going to bring as far as responsibility for transporting my grandkids to and from school. So I'm reinventing my life. I mean, I'm making plans to occupy my time, and hopefully productive occupation of my time. There are so many wonderful people in this area. I feel like I've lost connection with a lot of them since I had my surgery, and there's still some people that are in the airy, what I consider now to be an airy fairy land of escapism. They think that the world is going to just somehow dissolve, and we're going to be just transported to some higher society, higher world somewhere else, or perhaps inner earth, or there's all sorts of ideas on what might happen. I do believe that what has been happening on this planet, as far as evil beings being in control of the human experience, has to come to an end. I mean, when it's going to happen, I don't know. I'd like it to happen in my lifetime. I've believed all of my life, since I was a teenager anyway, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. One of the ladies that I met at Monday said, I thought you looked at yourself as being the one that was going to change the world. I've never looked at myself as being the one. I've always seen myself as being part of a movement of people into higher consciousness, higher awareness, and into the creation of a world that actually works for people, not people that want to control other people, but people that want to be free and to love one another, and to build a society that actually brings people into great fulfillment and prosperity. But again, by prosperity, I'm not meaning simply money. Money may be a bridge, but that's all it is. It's a bridge to get us to where we have our gifts, powers, and abilities restored, and a conscious awareness that we can literally create the kind of world that we want to live in. We don't have that. The people that create the kind of world that they want to live in are demonically possessed, are people who do not have high intentions for anyone except themselves. They consider everyone else useless eaters. And they have co-opted, as I've said in so many videos, they've co-opted not only our economic and political structure, but much of our spiritual or religious structure. They've infiltrated it with lies and things to focus on that are not important. The only important thing is that we learn to love one another. If we can learn to do that, we can create whatever world we want. But as long as we're playing the one-upmanship game and trying to dominate others and trying to make others fit into our box and to believe exactly the way that we believe, even though they have totally different life experience and totally different point of view, that is the place from which they view the world, than we do. They have a different thing than we do, and yet we expect them to be like us. I mean, that's insanity. That's insanity. I don't expect Muslims to be other than Muslims, but I would like Muslims not to be at war with everybody else. But they've been forced into that position by the controlling cabal, who have used war and unrest to generate as much disruption of human life in as many places as possible. And they've done a very good job of it in much of the world. Much of the world suffers tremendous lack and impoverishment due to the fact that there's only a handful of people that have been allowed to rise to the top of the world system. And it doesn't. Why does the world system have to be evil? But it is. It is. The monetary system, as it's been used, is evil. Could it be used for good? Well, it could be, but by the time we get it to using it for good, we won't need it anymore, because we will have learned cooperation is better than competition. So there's lots of things that I've seen and that I still work for and envision as being my life path, but I don't know. I don't know how fast things are going to unfold. It certainly didn't happen by 2012. You know, it's, if anything, as I've said in other videos, it's gotten worse. And I want to see it turn around. But in the meantime, I want to be able to do what I love to do, to meet people that are willing to love. Now, I did get an invitation from one of my friends to attend a workshop coming up in June, but it costs $150. You know, on my income, I mean, I'm on a very limited income, and you know, there's no way I'm going to put out $150 to attend a day and a half workshop, a Friday evening and an all-day Saturday workshop. There's no way that's possibly ever going to happen. I mean, I don't mind giving a small contribution, but I'm certainly not going to put out $150 to attend a weekend event. Sorry, Margie. But anyway, folks, I hope and pray seriously that something happens to really shift the world and stop the control of this evil cabal that has run roughshod over human rights for such a long time. I want to see that come to an end. That's why I live. That's why I continue to make daily videos, even though it's a struggle for me to figure out what I'm going to talk about. You know, because I don't have positive, good news to report. I don't want to just keep rehashing promises, but that's all I have is promises. I don't have a reality to give to anyone or experience for myself. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.